If you want to know how to trust yourself, this video is for you. The answers are inside of you. Yes, you. And I'm going to share with you my process to trusting yourself. Hi, I'm Erin Werley, author of One Truth, One Law, I Am, I Create, and Lightworkers 101. I've been talking with I Am, God, Source for the last 12 years and accessing all of the mysteries of the universe. I broke the mold on normal completely when I published One Truth, One Law. It took me 8 years to do this because I was so afraid to do things differently than everyone else. But now that I've done things differently again and again and again and again, I am so glad, so grateful I chose the path of different. It no longer matters to me what everyone else does. If I were to follow them, I would be leaving my dreams behind in the dust. But it was not always easy to trust myself to make my own decisions. I was so afraid it would all blow up in my face. But I follow this process every time I need to trust myself. It has never once blown up in my face because the universe really does have your back when you're trusting yourself. Step number 1 to trust yourself is to dream big. You've got to know who you want to be if you're going to have any chance of getting there. Imagine a pilot flying an airplane without a destination. He'd fly around in circles, never getting anywhere, for years. Without a big dream, this is what your life looks like. Give yourself a destination. Step number 2 is to ask your intuition, which is your connection to I Am, God, Source, for guidance on what is the next step that you need to take to get you closer to your big dream. Sometimes you'll be told to release something that isn't in alignment with this dream. For example, if your big dream is to marry your soulmate, but you're in the middle of a long-term relationship that's been making you miserable for years, your guidance is probably going to lead you to release that relationship. If your big dream is to create your dream body, but you hate to move your body, you may need to release those thoughts of hate and create new thoughts around loving moving your body. Or you may be guided to a specific book, course, or teacher. Honestly, your first step could look like anything, but here's where the trust comes in. Your first step is going to be the hardest. You haven't done this before, and so it really might feel like it will all blow up in your face. Take the first step anyway. Step number 3 is after you've taken the first step, go back, ask for guidance again from your intuition, from your inner voice, from I Am, God, Source within you for what's my next step. This is how it works, one step at a time. You can't get more than one step in advance because the universe arranges moment by moment. The next step hasn't been created until you complete the one that's in front of you. Taking the first step and seeing that it doesn't blow up in your face is what builds your trust in knowing in your ability to go after your dreams and do hard things. Some call it inspired action, and that's exactly what it is. The more often you do it, the easier it becomes. It took me 8 years to take my first step because the only person telling me it was a good idea wasn't actually a person. It was my inner voice. I didn't have anyone like me to tell me it was safe. So I'm telling you that this is the only form of safety that exists, trusting yourself. Now I trust myself almost instantly to take action on things that are terrifying. Everything always works out for me when I trust myself, and it will be the same for you. One caveat here is that things didn't always work out the way I expected them to. But in retrospect, I see how they always ended up working out in the long run better than I could have anticipated.